Okay, this is my video response to Mothers Against Duke Driving stencil art series, portrait or whatever. You asked a couple of questions, which was, do you think stencil artists is a lesser art form than portrait art, realism, or landscaping? My response is I would have to say no. It's not. I think it's just as valued as portrait art and landscaping. I think you would get to a different crowd. You'll probably get to the same crowd as graffiti does, because I think stencil art, falls into the category of like a street art form or urban art form, which is like graffiti art or something of that nature. Um, I think people who are into realism or portrait art, they may not appreciate stencil art, but although maybe they can. I mean, if they're a diehard realism fan or something, they probably won't because they think that's the only way to draw. That's the only way to paint. Um, so me myself, I mean, I love stencil art. I mean, I did and dabbed in it a little bit. Mine wasn't as detailed; it was just a silhouette. But after seeing this video, I think I'm going to actually explore it just a little bit more. Um, I do think stencil art is more or just as complicated as portrait art and landscaping, even realism, because with the amount of detail that you had and the amount of work that you had to put into it, you had to precisely cut those pictures out to get the stenciling, and that's almost like drawing, and you had to do it several different times to actually get the detail into it. So if anything, I think it's just as complicated. Probably a little more dangerous because you're using sharp objects like an X-Acto knife or something. So it's either just as complicated as portraits. I know it's not less complicated. Um, it does convey the idea that you're getting at. I would say that much. Um, it is kind of focused on the idea, but I can see the creativity in it. Um, I mean, I think it's a very creative work. The only thing that I see wrong with it, I like a lot of color. In the art that I look at or the art that I do. Yours is kind of, a gray and a white. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. But everything else, I thought it's kind of cool. Um, that's my opinion of it. I kind of like, stencil art and expressionism, neo-expressionism, or impressionist type art. Um, it's because it's allowing the viewer to actually think about it, get ideas of their own, or they're letting you draw the conclusion of what this means. And, realism type art and other artists, they're basically being so direct about their art. They're just recreating a piece. They're recreating a piece that they saw. To me, that tells me, yes, they have good eye-hand coordination, but how creative are they? Like, what the only pieces of them that are in that art is that you know they saw something and they drew it. I like creative type people, you know, like a surrealist. They may see something and then they'll add their own touch to it. They'll draw your body or what you saw in the way that they see it, not as it is. And to me, that's a real artist. That's a real creative type person. So, um, that's my opinion about that. I'm actually going to do another video blog about this because I think this is a very interesting subject. So, yeah, that's it. Peace.